Welcome to IAS Market Talk, your trusted source for timely ag market insights, brought to you by Innovative Ag Services. Each week, we break down the latest beef market trends impacting Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, with expert updates tailored specifically for our IAS members. This week, you'll hear directly from Dave Rueber, IAS Beef Production Specialist, who brings decades of experience and deep knowledge of the cattle industry to these conversations. Dave has been providing market updates to producers for years, and now he's bringing those insights straight to you through this podcast. Tune in weekly for what you need to know straight from people you know. With that, here's Dave Rueber with the latest on what's happening in the cattle markets this week.
David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag Services, calling to the beef market commentary for July 1st. Fat cattle market last week was in that 258 to 260. The people that waited till the end of Friday afternoon, even some Saturday morning sales in the South, got rewarded with a little bit better money. But yeah, call it 258, 260. Would have called that a little better maybe than what we thought we would be last week. So, yeah, this week kind of rolling along. Not much trading yet. There's some bids out there today of 255. You know, the June futures went off, so now we're dealing with the August board. And the August board's sitting there at 241. And, you know, cash bids $15 or more higher than that is what we're kind of expecting. So something's got to give. Either that August board has to work higher, or these cash cattle kind of keep trending softer. You know, seasonally, if you looked at normal trends, that the last couple of years have kind of ignored normal trends, but usually the market drops from now into the end of August. But I don't know if you can call these trends normal anymore. It seems like we're in a different set of rules, but that was historically what we saw. You know, warm weather can be a little tough on demand. We got a lot of other good stuff going on that helps demand. Obviously, we got a long holiday weekend coming, and we got lots of activity in the United States with, you know, the 250 celebration, World Cup. Lots of reasons to eat some hamburgers and steaks. So we got some things that you feel pretty good about. You know, there's just a little bit of a softer undertone feeling to this market, though, with that all being said. So, yeah, I don't know that we see our 260 this week again. I think we can trend a little better than the 255s that are out there right now for bids, but, you know, nothing really getting into this thing just yet. Feeder cattle, maybe just a tick softer feel to them, boy, certainly not much. There's just not enough of them out there moving, you know, for this market to drop very much. And then you got a corn market that, you know, feels like it's steady to lower. You know, $4 corn puts those cost of gains at $1 or under for these steers. You know, it's going to keep that price tag. Some of these video auctions on some of these fall delivered calves are just wild. You know, 6-weight steers, $460, you know, or higher. So yeah, the feeder deal just feels like until something major negative would happen, or we start losing, you know, a chunk of money, that just feels pretty well supported. 8-weight steers kind of still trading in the 360s, not far from 370. You know, most of the break evens on these new cattle getting bought are back in the mid to high 40s, pushing 250. They're not hedgeable. You know, those deferred contracts that had a little bit of a rally up, but they're still nowhere near hedgeable. We've been that way for a while, though. You know, we've bought cattle for the last couple of years where you didn't know how you'd sit, and it's kind of worked out pretty good. You know, we'll get caught somewhere in here, but, you know, right now things kind of continue to roll along. Closeouts have been very good. You know, those cattle were bought a little cheaper. Performance, okay. We've taken a little bit of the top end off this performance just because of making these cattle so big. But, you know, the dollars are good. Closeouts solid. Just kind of a fun time to be in this deal. You know, enjoy this 4th of July holiday and help bump that demand up and enjoy our 250th birthday. Once again, my name is David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag. Thank you.
That's it for this week's episode of IAS Market Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an update. And if you know a fellow producer who could benefit from this information, share this episode with them. For more updates and insights, visit innovativeag.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll catch you next time on IAS Market Talk.
Are you ready for a hands-on role with purpose? Join the facility operations team at Innovative Ag Services, where we value hard work, safety, and community. With locations across Northeast and Central Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, we offer industry-leading benefits, on-the-job training, and a culture that supports your growth. From competitive pay to a uniform allowance, we invest in our team. Grow with IAS and discover your co-opportunity. Apply today at innovativeag.com.